Lady Astor presents the Screen Guild Players. The Lady Astor Screen Guild play tonight, The Shop Around the Corner. The starring players...
This is Van Johnson.
This is Phyllis Thaxter.
And this is Felix Brazard.
Tonight, through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Pictures, Lady Astor presents the Screen Guild Players in that delightful comedy of a few seasons ago, The Shop Around the Corner by Samson Raphaelson. It stars Van Johnson as Martin, Phyllis Thaxter as Clara, and Felix Brazard as Pirovich. The Lady Astor Screen Guild Players in The Shop Around the Corner.
It's true, the sign in front said Matuszek and Company, novelties and leatherware. But if you asked most people, they would say, oh yes, a shop around the corner. Those were the old days in Budapest, the happy days before the war. And we who worked at Matuszek's were happy too, although we had our little problems even then. Like the morning young Martin came to me and said...
Pirovich, you want to hear something nice?
You mean your dinner at Mr. Matuszek's last night? You had a good time, yes?
Oh, yes.
And Mrs. Matuszek was charming, yes?
Oh, yes.
And Mr. Matuszek has made you a partner, yes?
Oh, no. No, you're way off.
Well, I was just hoping. He seems to like you so much.
Oh, but I wasn't talking about business at all.
What then?
This letter. It's from a girl.
Oh.
Listen, Pirovich. She writes... My heart was trembling as I walked into the post office. And there you were, lying in box 237.
In such a little box?
Oh, not me. My letter.
Oh, who is she? Your sweetheart?
Well, not exactly. You see, I was looking through the Sunday paper, and I ran across this ad. Matter of fact, I think I've still got it someplace. Show me what. Here you are. Read it yourself.
Modern girl wishes to correspond on cultural subjects with intelligent, sympathetic young man. You?
Well...
Address, dear friend, Post Office 15, Box 237. You wrote to her, Martin?
We've exchanged 4 letters. And Pirovich, she's no ordinary girl. Just listen to this. Are you tall or short? Are your eyes brown or blue? No, don't tell me. What does it matter? So long as our minds meet.
That's very fine. She sounds like the kind of girl that I used to...
Excuse me, please.
Oh, customer. I'll go. Good morning. Can I help you, madam?
I wonder if I could see Mr. Matuszek.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Matuszek is very busy. Is there something you wish?
Well...
If you want it, we have it. I'm sure we have.
I hope so. I'm looking for a job.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
I just did. My name's Novak, Clara Novak, Albert Street 46.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid there's no opening here.
I've had experience with the best friends.
My dear girl,
I was with Latsko Brothers for 2 years, and I wasn't fired either. And Latsko Brothers would like to have me back.
Well, why don't you go?
That's another story.
Listen, if it were up to me, I'd give you a job, but I'm not the boss.
Then why don't you let me see him? Maybe I could convince him.
Nonsense. I've been with Mr. Matuszek for 9 years. I know him inside and out. His every reaction. Why, I could tell you word for word exactly what he'd say.
Mr. Martin.
Mr. Matuszek?
So you know everything about me, huh? You know what I think before I even think it.
Well, not exactly. I mean...
Young lady, it's lucky I was passing by. You may take off your coat and go to work at once.
So that was how Clara came to work for us. And under the circumstances, you can understand why she and Martin didn't get along. Not that it seemed to bother him, of course. Oh, no. He had other things on his mind, though it took him some time to tell me about them. I remember it was the week before Christmas. We had both come in a little early that day.
Perovich, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Oh, not at all, Martin. Go right ahead.
It's very confidential.
Yeah.
Suppose a fellow like me wants to get married.
That is wonderful. The best thing that could happen to you.
Now, listen, what did I say? I said suppose. And I didn't say me. I said a fellow like me. But, for instance, how much does it cost for you to live? Just you and your wife, leaving out the children.
Why fool yourself?
How much does it temporarily?
Well, it can be done, and very nicely. Naturally, you can't be extravagant. Say 2 rooms to start.
Only 2 rooms?
Well, a place to cook and a place to sleep.
Where do you entertain?
Entertain? What are you, an ambassador? Listen, if someone is really your friend, he comes after dinner, believe me.
Oh, no. That's not my idea of paradise.
Paradise? On your salary? My boy, on $150 a month minus income tax and social insurance, you're not in the paradise bracket.
Good morning, Perovich.
Good morning, Clara. What is it, Martin? Doesn't she speak to you?
No, but I'm going to speak to her. Excuse me. Oh, Miss Novak.
Yes, Mr. Martin?
I noticed yesterday you wore a yellow blouse with light green dots.
You're mistaken, as usual. It was a green blouse with light yellow dots.
Well, just the same,
And I don't remark about your neckties, and don't think I couldn't. So please leave my blouse alone. It's none of your business.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Matuszek seems to think it is my business.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm working under you. But just imagine dictating what I should wear.
Oh, for heaven's sake, I don't care what you wear. If you want to look like a pony in a circus, all right. But I will not have your blouse come between me and Mr. Matuszek.
Listen, I sell as much goods as anybody in this store. Did you tell that to Mr. Matuszek?
I did.
What did he say?
He said tell her not to come in that blouse anymore.
Tell him I won't.
I will.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, Martin. Whenever you talk to her, a door slams or something.
Nasty-tempered vixen.
Not like you, sweetheart, eh?
Oh, I should say not.
By the way, you haven't told me. You haven't told me who she is.
Don't you remember? The girl I was corresponding with.
Oh, yes, about the cultural subjects,
Well, after a while, we came to the subject of love. Naturally, on a very cultural level.
Well, what else can you do in a letter?
Perovich, she's the most marvelous girl.
Is she pretty?
She has such high ideals, such a lofty point of view.
So she's not pretty.
Please don't say that, Perovich.
I'm sorry. The main thing is that you like her.
Oh, I hope I will.
What do you mean? You love a girl and you don't know if you like her?
That's right. You see, I haven't met her yet.
You haven't met her?
I postponed it again and again. I'm scared, Perovich. You see, she thinks I'm the most wonderful person in the world, and after all, there's a chance she might be disappointed.
Yes, there is a chance.
On the other hand...
you might be disappointed, too.
No, I don't dare think of that. Perovich, I'm meeting her tonight at 8:30 in a cafe.
Oh, Red Carnation?
And she's going to have one, too. As a bookmark in Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. Oh, I haven't slept for days.
I'm sure she'll be very beautiful.
No, not too beautiful. What chance would there be for a fellow like me?
What do you want? A homely girl?
Oh, no, Perovich. Just knock wood for just a lovely average girl. That's all I want.
Oh, the boss.
And in a bad mood.
Perovich, Martin.
Yes, Mr. Matuszek?
Those windows of ours look terrible. We'll have to redecorate every one of them.
Redecorate? When?
Well, we only have a few days before Christmas. We'll stay after closing and do them tonight.
Perovich, I can't stay tonight. I have a date. I've simply got to get off.
Am I the boss, Clara? You should complain to me. You better go and ask Mr. Matuszek.
It's very important, Mr. Matuszek. Ordinarily, I wouldn't ask, but just tonight...
I'm sorry, that's Mr. Martin's department. You better go and arrange it with him.
Mr. Martin, I put all the ladies' handbags in the upper shelf. Is that the way you wanted it, sir?
Yes, that's fine, Miss Novak.
I'm glad you like it, Mr. Martin. If there's anything wrong, I wish you'd tell me.
Since when are you so interested in my opinions?
Well, I like to please you, Mr. Martin. After all, I'm working under you.
You don't have to keep harping on that.
Oh, I don't mean it that way at all. Regardless of what I think of you personally, I think anyone can learn a great deal from you.
What do you mean, what you think of me personally?
Well, since you ask, I would say no matter what can be said against you, I think you're always a gentleman.
Well, I try to be.
And, Mr. Martin, you don't know what that means to a girl. Why, when I worked at Folder's Brothers and Sons, well, the sons were all right. Oh, the brothers, Mr. Martin.
Well, I don't believe in mixing luggage and pleasure.
That's why I like it here so much. And, Mr. Martin, about the blouse.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry, but I had to do that.
Oh, I'm glad you did. And I want to thank you. You were absolutely right. That blouse is awful.
Oh, now, I wouldn't say awful.
Oh, but it is. You made me realize it in time so I wouldn't wear it tonight. You see, I have a date and I planned to.
A date? Tonight? Well, what about the windows?
Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Martin, would it be possible I mean, could you spare me tonight? I thought...
So that's why I'm a gentleman. That's why you learn so much from me all of a sudden.
I don't understand.
So you want to get tonight off?
I have to, Mr. Martin.
Well, you're out of luck. Such an obvious trick, and I nearly fell for it.
Please, Mr. Martin, I have to get off. It's terribly important to me.
For 6 months, you've done everything you could to annoy me, and now you have the nerve to come here.
You haven't been very nice to me either.
Now, look here, my dear girl.
If I wrap a package, that's not the right way. If I make a suggestion, you don't even listen. You've taken my personality away.
Oh, and there you are, Martin. I've been looking for you.
Yes, Mr. Matuszek.
My wife just phoned. We're having company tonight. We'll have to let the windows go till tomorrow.
And what's more, Mr. Martin, about that blouse, I think it's lovely, and I'm going to wear it tonight.
It must be fate, Martin. First it looks as though you can't come, and then suddenly Mr. Matuszek has company. Is this a cafe?
Oh, yes. This is it.
Well, why don't you go in?
Oh, I can't. I'm too nervous.
Hmm.
Pirovich, do me a favor, will you? Take a look through the window.
All right. What was the name of that book?
Anna Karenina, and a red carnation as a bookmark. See anything?
No, not yet. Oh, there's a beautiful girl.
Really?
Very beautiful. But no book.
Oh,
wait a minute. I think I see it. Yes, Anna Karenina and a red carnation.
Go on.
I can't see her face. She's sitting behind a clothes rack. There's a cup of coffee on the table. She's taking a piece of cake. Martin!
What?
She's dunking.
Well, why shouldn't she?
All right. She's leaning forward now. Martin, she...
She what? Can you see her?
Yes, I can see her.
Is she pretty?
Very pretty.
She is, huh?
Yes, I would say... I would say she looks... Well, she has a little of the coloring of Clara.
Clara? You mean Miss Novak of the shop?
No, Martin. Clara's a very good-looking girl, And personally, I've always found her a very likable girl.
I haven't found her that way. I don't like Miss Novak.
Well, if you don't like Miss Novak, you won't like this girl.
Why not?
Because, to tell you the truth, Martin, it is Miss Novak.